In this illustration, I just want to show you very quickly how we can apply those 5 rules of make the alpha channel, target the layer, activate it, do something with it, and then, if need be, refine the layer mask. It's very important to understand that the channel mask is the one that is made before you apply the effect, and the layer mask is used after you apply the effect to refine your image. So just very quickly, I want to blend the winter branches into the ocean scene, but I'm going to use a grid so we can talk about mask density. I have my channels palette open, and there's a number of buttons along the bottom of the channels palette. The third button makes a new alpha channel, completely blank. And we have the view column. I'm going to turn on the view column so I can see through the RGB, but notice only the alpha channel is active. And I'm going to grab 4 rectangles. In this first rectangle, I'm going to leave black. Doesn't need an effect. Let's move that over. Here's the next rectangle. I'm going to fill this with white very quickly. Option or Alt Delete so that it's white. And now I have another rectangle over here. I'm going to fill that with gray. And the remaining section of the mask I'm going to fill with a gradient. Standard black to white gradient. Good. Let me turn off the view column so you can see what I've done. So I have a mask, pure black, pure white, 50% gray, and a gradient. So I've made my mask. The next step is target RGB, CMYK, or the layer you want to use on. What's very important to understand and to do is don't click on the view column, click here, and then click this one off. This looks as if you're back into RGB. You're not. It's very dangerous actually, because the alpha mask is active, but you don't see it. So what you always want to do is turn off the view column of RGB and click on the name of RGB, or CMYK will be here if that's the color mode you're working in. Or you can see I have the command key, command tilde or control tilde on the PC. I'll just click on RGB. And you can see my image hasn't changed. So that was the first step. Go to my background layer. Step 2, activate or load the selection. And there's a number of ways of doing that. One way is to go select load selection, and you'll notice that alpha 1 is there, and I can click and I have the selection marquee. Now it looks a little odd, I'll admit it. This is where the black to white was, the gray, then this odd cutoff here. For Photoshop to show you the selection marquees, it needs a difference of greater than 50%. So that's why we have this line cut here. It can't show you a gradient. Now I'm going to deselect Command or Control D very quickly to repeat. I can go select load selection, choose my alpha. I could come to the channels palette and drag the alpha to the select button. That does the same thing. Or I prefer to use the quick key. You'll notice that Command 4 shows you the alpha channel. I'm going to return back to RGB with Command tilde. Of course that would be Control the number and Control tilde on the PC. Now to activate alpha channel 4, I press Command and Option the number. And this will work through alpha channels up to 9. So it's Command Option and the number. I'll be using that throughout the course of this tutorial. So I've activated the alpha channel, and now I want to do something with it. And what I'm going to do is I want to place these winter tree branches into the ocean scene. Now if I just drag this over, you'll see that the file I dragged did not respect the selection and no mask was created. So I'm going to undo that. In order to create a layer mask when you place new elements into a composite, what you want to do is select, in this case all, edit, copy, so I have that in the clipboard, click on your target file, and now edit, paste into. The paste into stands for paste into the selection. And as we can see, Photoshop has added a layer mask which reflects the channel mask that we did. Let's look at that a little more closely, because this is very important before we get into the advanced masking techniques. Wherever the layer mask is completely black, none of the winter tree branches are showing through. Wherever it's white, all of the winter tree branches are showing through. 50% gray, 50-50, half tree branches, half ocean. And the gradient, it's white on the bottom, so you're seeing a lot of tree branches transitioning to pure ocean. So what this is saying is, wherever your mask is black, you will not see an effect. Wherever it's white, you'll see the effect 100%. And shades of gray offer you control of translucency. And you can achieve this effect with the gradient tool or with your paint brushes. So we're going to be using that over and over again. Black protects and white affects. That's the key to masking. Now let's dig into some really exciting techniques.